Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of What Remains of Edith Finch, and it's crazy to be standing on a roof when you start off any video, but this is where we are. We're on the roof with this American flag hanging above us, and I guess cartons of milk, is that what it is, hanging up? It's such a beautiful environment though. Let's head up here. It's been a few days since I played this game. In fact...
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
It's been quite a few days.
They were both pretty intense.
Beautiful environment, right? But like the animals just always, like whenever I see taxidermied animals, I don't know what it is. I can't come to terms with it because it's like, I want this bear to get up and give me a hug, even though I know bears would kill me, you know? Were they a hunting family? Were they? So that's probably going to be the... So he's a Marine, okay. So this is probably going to be the note where we find out what happened to them.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
That's such an interesting line, isn't it? You're a Marine, you've seen a lot of horrors in the war, but like the thing that scares you the most is being on camera. So Sam was... the twin. So... Yes, of course he would have had to move out there eventually, right? Like, he couldn't just stay in that one bedroom, especially when the room is so small, you know? So it's clear that he's, like, he moved to, here. This is his room now. I was worried we were going to miss out on learning about Sam. But it seems here we're not going to miss out. That's actually really cool, by the way. Like, the cat and the squirrel. Wait, is that a real cat? Is that a taxidermied cat? I was thinking we could turn on a light switch or something. Okay. Okay, so there's two things we can see we can interact with so far. I'm up for interacting with them, to be honest.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
That's so interesting, especially when he knows his brother is gone as well. I wonder if there's something to do with that as well. Look at the lighting here as well. Very pretty. How it's shining through the window. So what's here? It's another door, is it? Yeah, let's go back and get this letter first then. Yeah, so like it's very like outdoorsy hunting, I guess. He was a Marine as well, I suppose. And I guess like facing death is like a big... Look how beautiful this room is, by the way. Holy hell. This is a dream bedroom, though, isn't it? Not obviously, again, I wouldn't have the taxidermy stuff in here. That's me. But, like, for me, the, like, I personally wouldn't like it. But the dream bedroom is like a skylight like this. Holy hell. Looking up at the stars? How amazing is that? Let's check this out. What is that? Is that him taking a picture of himself? I thought he was afraid of the camera. What a transition.
You'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
So we can take pictures like this? How do it? Can we...
Shouldn't we be...
Oh, we can make it focus.
Just wanna get
Okay.
a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It captures her emotions at least.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Oh my god, this game continually has such amazing ways of telling stories, right?
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
It's just damn. Let people say damn. Oh, here it is. Okay, I was like, take pictures of the car. Like,
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
I mean, it seems like she's not into hunting, which, like, honestly, like, same.
Okay, got it.
It wouldn't be my thing either.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
The music's really nice as well. But yeah, the way they tell stories in this, the way they go back to the past through different, like, means like this, Like, how cool is it that we're doing it through like a camera
You're
lens
right,
now?
Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing though.
Where do you want me to take a picture of here? The boat? It's probably her again, right? It's capturing these memories with her, it seems. Oh.
Aw.
I'm trying to grasp on like what we
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
what, so it's coming back up against you guys?
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Does it sound like I'm done?
We can't take a picture of the dude
Nothing
peeing.
quite like being outside.
That's not fair. It's not nice at all. It took me a while to realize what he was doing there, but I was like, yeah, that's not nice. Unless they want me to do that to progress the story forward. If he's still there, I'm assuming they do want you to take a picture of him, even though I wouldn't want to.
A little more gas in the tank, I guess.
I guess so.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Wait, is that us? Is that her taking the picture that time?
I'm just saying.
Oh
I'm
my
not always gonna be here,
God.
Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
Look
You know
how
who
it
else thought he was
transitioned
gonna be
over.
fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Oh, for real? Honestly, like, I'd be pretty similar. If I'm out in the wilderness like this, it makes me want to chill. But, like, look how it's, like, swapped over, right? Like, it's swapped over from being him taking all the photos and her being just not interested whatsoever to now taking the photos and finding her own type of interest in this as well.
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
She wanted to take a picture of you, I suppose.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin.
Oh,
Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
he was talking about his brother again.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
What's her first time shooting, is it?
Dad, I
Just breathe. Turn. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be
We
strong.
want to be survive. There again. Like, what's... Oh my God, the
Great shot, Don!
Oh my God, we got a vicious shot there, didn't we? She's bawling her freaking eyes out, bro.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
And we're moving as him now as well. Man, she's not in a good place. Is this another thing where they believe there's something out here again? And these
Sorry,
stories
Don,
now
just gotta
are
reset the
affecting
timer.
Dawn as well? I have to go as quick as possible. Like, and she's crying, bro. Your daughter's crying.
Dad, it's twitching.
Oh my
It's totally
God.
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera.
It's very hard for her, isn't it?
Dad!
Holy heck. Is that how he passed away?
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
That is rough. And like, I wonder as well, and you guys can maybe talk about this to me as well. Do you think that there's a element of a feeling there from Dawn that she's feeling maybe like that she, like if she killed it properly, you know what I mean? Even though like it's a horrible thing to think about anyway, That like if she killed it properly, it wouldn't have like bucked like that. That'd be like, I don't know how you would deal with that, watching your dad, like, and you'd feel powerless, right? And like, you know, as people were saying in the comment section, it's like, there is like the idea of like unreliable narrators and telling stories and stuff, I guess, like, and like, you know, are the stories true? Or, like, you know, did Edie embellish the stories? There's that idea as well. You know, the idea of self-fulfilling prophecy as well, because if you believe you're cursed, then you would then, you know, you're going to see a curse in everything, right? It's like, well, if you believe that you will never amount to anything, you're probably not going to amount to anything because you're told that or you believe that. Like in the idea as well, like we talked in the last one on the death as well. The idea of like a like with Barbara's death, right? Like how that was kind of embellished, right? That was kind of the idea of it embellished, and there's a possibility that, like, you know, we don't know who actually killed her, or did she slip, did she die? There were so many suggestions from the comments we were talking about it like there as well. I think it's supposed to be left up to interpretation in a lot of ways, because again, these stories are like from unreliable narrators in some cases they're embellished. You don't know what's true and what's not. I think that makes it even more interesting to me as well. But in this case, it's a picture, right? It's a picture right in front of us of him falling off that cliff. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second and go through it in my head there for a moment, guys. But that's what it seems like to me. Like, that's a picture right then and there, right? And it's real. Wait, is Dawn not in the picture there? Or am I just not seeing it very well? Because if she's not in the picture, I wonder if she was even there. I don't know. It's hard to know. It's hard to know. So he died in 1983. His daughter would then live on for another 40-something years or something like that. Maybe 40 years, maybe less, a little bit less. I don't do math. It's not a maths channel, never will be. The blue lighting here is fantastic. Yeah, there's so many unfortunate incidents, right? But like, I think so far, like the most like the Calvin and Barbara stuff is so horrifying to me. But then like, when you think about everything that's happened here, like when you think about what happened with Molly, just like eating those berries, it's scary, right? It's super scary. That's not
After
even
Sam
scary
died,
is the wrong word.
My mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Yes. And it's not even about being scary. It's eerie. It makes you feel kind of icky, right? Does that make sense? It makes you feel kind of like your skin is crawling in a way, all this stuff happening. So you can totally understand that, like, people would buy into the idea of a curse if this kept happening. But as someone said in the comment section, it might be like very self-fulfilling. Like if you believe there's a curse in your family, it's probably going to keep... you're going to apply that to everything. Oh, there's Dawn's bed as well. Gregory as well. This is a much colder room, right? Do you guys get that energy from this? Like, it's a much, like, less inviting room. It's very cold. There's, like, a swing bar there as well. Dawn's bed mattress is gone. Gus has a skateboard there as well. Something for Gregory over here, too. It's a very cold room. What would this be here? What is that? A divorce contract for Sam Finch? Hold on. No, I want to read it. Let me read this thing. Someone was divorcing Sam from Kay Carroll, the petitioner and the wife.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh my god, are we playing as a baby now? No, their storytelling techniques in this are so fantastic. Like how, like all the different things they've shown us these stories through. Wait, the music stops when we stop? No. I'm sorry. Everything to do through the camera lens, the comic book, through the eyes of a cat, even like through the eyes of the poor Calvin as he like jumped off that with that swing. The way they tell stories in this is so incredible. The storytelling techniques are amazing. So again, it's one of those things where it's like maybe like now the baby has some sort of like sixth sense of some kind. S. Oh. She clenched her hand there. She wasn't very happy about that, like, you know. And he's like getting more playtime. What? I wonder what he saw. We're like moving our hands to move these guys around the place as well. Oh! Great stuff. And that's so interesting to wonder what a child, like what it's like to see through a child's eyes. Oh, wow. And all the ducks are going around as well. So he reminded him of Calvin, the way Calvin would kind of like, you know, Calvin wanted to fly. Calvin wanted to be an astronaut. I wonder if there's anything else we can do here. Oh my god. Oh my god. There is like such an imaginative feeling here, right? It's pure imagination. I can't believe they're using a storytelling technique to truly get across what it feels like maybe through a child's eyes. Isn't that fantastic? Are we trying to knock down other stuff, maybe? Maybe the whale? Oh. Oh, there it is. I'm sure it made him happy. So this is Gregory on the list, by the way? Oh, no. Oh no. I know the whale's on his head here. Oh no, this child did not last long. Oh, then we can knock this down. Oh, more of the toys. The mother is taking a while, ain't she? More of the toys dropping down now as well. And there we go again with the... What is that, bubble bath? Uh-oh. Are they worried about the baby being too happy? What? Oh, they're talking about the baby dying as well. What? He's saying that if he didn't call, you wouldn't be distracted? Oh, we're still this guy. This is such an interesting story technique, but now like I'm feeling terrified myself. What? No! No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. We need to stop that. We need to stop it. I know that... Oh, wait. There's no way you can push that back up. Holy hell. This is so rough. This is literally this child drowning. That's what this is. And he feels guilty about it because he called. And maybe she did take a lot of course you would. How would you not take the guilt of it? You know, that's gonna be on your mind for the rest of your life. Right? Wait. Oh. No. That is so freaking rough.
Love, Sam.
And there's the sound of the frog as well. All of his toys are on there. That's what the baby in his there is. Look at that. That's so sad. That is so sad. That's what it is. That's Gregory, and it's this frog he was playing with when he died, and all the toys that he had as well. And there's such like a double-edged thing for that for me, where it's like, yeah, it's like on the surface, like right away, it's sad that a child died. It's also like so sad that the parents. There's no way you come out of that without blaming yourself. You know, it's impossible. It's never gonna leave you. There's no possible way you leave that your child dies in that way and you don't blame yourself. I'm not saying that they should feel bad for the rest. I'm not saying that, by the way. I'm saying that, like, you know how people are and how we all are. We all would blame ourselves. Like, the dad was even saying that, like, if I just didn't call as well, maybe he would have been, maybe it would have been okay. So sad. And like the other part of it is as well, I'm thinking like him wanting to see through the child's imagination might be like two things, where it's like, I want to just know what my child was thinking, but it could also be a case of like the imagination that this family has to finally see it truly, like the stuff that cannot be seen. Maybe if you saw it through Gregory's eyes. I can't even look at the photo, the picture. It's like, it breaks my heart every time. Like, and this kid, like the way they portrayed it as well, as this kid just like having the time of their lives, not knowing at all what was happening.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
A poem for Gus. Is a poem her mother wrote. That's so sad. What happened with it? Well, that's sad. What happened with everybody?
Who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Oh my god.
Our father never hit us kids.
What?
At least not very hard.
Oh my god. Wait. I need a second. We're already in another freaking storytelling technique. Just need a moment. Like, truly just need a moment. Because I'm not like, I'll be fine. Right? I'll be fine. But like, I just need to like get the, like, it's not going to leave my head. It really won't, but I just need like maybe flying a kite. But then again, what's going to happen here?
Brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
He said he'd be dead. We actually have to collect all the words here. This is really beautiful as well. Oh, we have to change the words around?
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
So now I have to change the words. So Gus was flying the kite with a storm inside of his heart. Holy hell, this story.
Tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
And the wedding's happening down there as well. Isn't that so funny? While the wedding is happening, we're just flying this kite around. But he's like, again, like he's clearly very sad about like his father remarrying, I suppose. What's that? Holy hell! Again, we keep saying storytelling techniques. Like how
when the time for photos came, Dad
incredible they do
"Come here."
this stuff.
But Gus declined, and as a sign, held up his middle finger.
I kind of like Gus. Gus is kind of funny. Gus is kind of funny. I'm not saying you should stick your middle finger up with your father, right? But I think it's kind of funny when a child does stick up the middle finger. To me, it's very funny.
The wind
Was
picked
Gus a
up,
teenager at this
and the
stage, I
geese
wonder?
appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
The wind picked up and get panicky, so the humans went inside the tent. So they're putting us towards the gazebo area. They do like the lighting in this game so perfectly as well. I'm looking around for the next piece of text. There it is. Oh, the wind. We're the wind. We're following the wind because we are a kite.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid.
Oh my god, look at this.
Destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
So no one was worried that anything would happen. Look at all the chairs as well going around the place. Oh, now it's thunder and lightning.
Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power.
I can feel the
All my
controller
father said
vibrating.
to this was, make the music louder.
Just so you could avoid the thunder. You don't want to call your child. I know he wouldn't come in, but something's gonna happen, isn't it? What the Holy hell.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found
Until we
you.
found you. He was found dead? So what age was he when he died? 1969.
Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me.
Oh, are you serious? So it's 1969, so he was 13. The boy was only 13. This is like how, like, you know what I mean with the curse when you're looking at this? Like, it's like almost impossible not to like look at all this and be like, oh yeah, curse. You know what I mean? Like, how could you like not look at this? Is there a family with more like, you know, premature deaths than this at this stage? The storytelling techniques are absolutely incredible. I want to make that clear. But they're heartbreaking at the same time. Like, all the stuff that's been happening to this family. The way they told the story, impeccable. Like, how the kite was collecting all the words as well. And it really does fit, like, I guess, like, the way that she's learning about it. It's a very descriptive, way of learning about this stuff as well. But again, like, you know, that day, like, when, it's again, I don't think I even want to like even know what's like, it's like, it's almost like the stories are like embellished or not are hitting me as well. You know, if Edie told me these stories in this way, in the way we saw through their eyes, the way we saw through, Molly's eyes and through the comic book there as well, like some of them are just absolutely horrid, right? But it seems like all of them are very like magical in the way that they've been told, like, you know, the way poor little Gregory. Oh my god, I can't even look at the picture. Poor little Gregory, like, you know, being not, you know, seeing magic before they left. We climbing up this. And then you have like on the other way, it's like, you know, Gus, you know, was so freely flying this kite, and the one remnant we have of you know, like with the comic book that death was kind of like well, it wasn't pleasant, but it's very like tongue in cheek. So it's different from the probably the actual death, which is like, you know, a lot less dramatic in maybe some ways, and then a lot less, you know, story based. Gus mop and mow the yard. Dawn sweeping trash. Greg be a baby. And he was just a baby. Raise flag. Breakfast 8 a.m. So this was Sam was doing a very military style upbringing. Don't know. Yeah, I don't appreciate this aspect, I'll be honest. Like, it's a very cold room. It's like it's very unfeeling, this room, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Do you guys get that feeling too? Like, it's a very cold room. It feels so different from the rest of the house, which actually had a lot of warmth to a lot of the aspects of it as well. Even in this creepiest of stories, there was a lot of warmth in there too. This is very cold. You can't treat here's the thing, you can't, yes, giving children discipline and you know, giving them responsibility, such a good idea. Treating them like soldiers, not always the best idea. Jump rope, okay, come on. For the kids? Or is this to him? 100 push-ups for who? That's a 13-year-old kid. How old was Dawn again? Dawn was a little bit older, but at the time it would have been, she would have been very young. I hope that's in jest. I really do. Maybe Edie wrote this stuff. Are we gonna climb this up this maybe? Yeah, very cool. I always like these walls.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
So
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Dawn is our mother. So in this case, Sam would be our grandfather, Gus would be our uncle, and Gregory would be our uncle. Right. Okay. Crazy. Fly to India. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. This is now this compared to down here. Look how beautiful this area is already. It's one of the best places ever. Holy Bible. Some photos. Photo of Gregory. There's some hunting pictures as well with them as kids. I'm guessing with Gus and her. That's her and Gus for sure. Let's take a look at this picture with them.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay. Your dad was. Is this your dad? So he wouldn't be on this family tree, of course, because 1818, 1986. It's 3 years after Sam died. Your grandfather died. Let's check this out. So the Holy Bible.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Right. And I was saying if it does help, that it helps. If it does help, you know what I mean? Like, you guys know for a fact that I am, like, staunchly not religious. You know, very, very opposite of religious, I would say. I just don't really believe in anything like that personally. But if it brings you peace, this is her as well. She looks so happy. Helping out here as well. Where helping hands create safe places. Places to visit. Redford? Taj Mahal? You get what I'm saying? It's just like, I would never judge you for your religious beliefs if you're not hurting anybody, you know what I mean? And that's just the end of it. Orca Island High School. Jeez, she looks so sweet, didn't she? The difference in here, we can go down the pole, we might as well. You know what I mean? And it seemed that, like, their father was not only just like preparing them for life, but for something. If you want to learn how to survive, did their can I take a look at this list here of? So he was born in 1950 after Molly. He was alive during the time with Barbara, right? He would have known. Right? The time Sanjay's there, by the way. The timeline is going to be a bit confusing me so we might like just talk about it a lot at the end. But so I wonder if he believed that with what happened with Walter, and what happened with Molly and Barbara, I wonder if Sam was paranoid a little bit. Maybe he was paranoid about stuff that could happen and he was trying to make sure his kids were like prepared for something that could happen. I wonder if that's a possibility. Not sure though. Still, it's a very cold room. No playing outside without permission, no answering doors to strangers. That's fair. No messes after dark. All chores before dark, respect others. These aren't bad house rules at all. The first one would make sure that your kids know exactly that you know where your kids are at all times. Not a bad thing. Not at all time. You know what I mean? Like to know that they went outside. So if like, you know where to look for them. No answering doors to strangers. Yeah, 100%. You know, kids shouldn't be answering doors to random people anyway. No messes after dark. I think it's also fair. It's hard, you know, when you're getting ready to go for bed, you know, don't be making a mess. Sometimes they will make a mess. It happens, you know, kids will make a mess. All chores before dark. F chores. Stupid chores. And respect others. Yeah, I don't think they're terrible house rules. They're not terrible. I think you guys would agree as well. At least that's my perspective anyway. I don't think they're terrible house rules. So we got the first look at our dad and our mom here. Am I going up slower than before? We tired? Probably. We'll be going around a lot. This is beautiful, by the way.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching
Wow.
English. Lewis was born a year later.
All the missing persons photos again. And it's also the idea of, like, with bringing religion into this really, like, brings in the idea of belief again, right? The idea of what you believe and what you could believe. Solar panels here as well. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, you know, believing in these stories versus believing in,
When
you
my
know, the
dad
stories.
died,
I'm not saying they're the same thing,
Mom
by the
knew
way.
Where else to go?
Horrible. More death. More death. Have a good time.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
So Edie was just happy to see her again. She's probably lost
And
without
see
him.
kids in the house again.
Right. Because at that point, it would have been nearly empty, right? Right? And yeah, I want it for any religious people out there. What I'm saying is that personally, I believe the idea of, like, the mixing of the stories is like, it's like what you believe in. You know what I mean? And it's the idea of shaking your faith, right? You know what I mean? And like I said, like, I don't believe in religion and all that stuff. But, like, I do think that this is a story of belief, right? This is a story of what you believe. And it's no coincidence that they're also bringing the idea of faith into this and having faith, you know?
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
And how Edie, like, uses these stories to probably cope in a lot of ways, right? And the stories here by some people are a very coping mechanism, like that comic book, for example. And the coping mechanism for Dawn was religion.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
And honestly, Dawn sounds freaking awesome, by the way. Being religious without judging anyone, amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn.
But it didn't last.
Oh no. Whenever something like that is said, it's like, oh god, what happened? Scientific method, observation, quite well, we know what happened, but you know what I mean. Question, research, hypothesis, experiment, date, conclusion. Okay. It's a cool environment though, isn't it? So were they homeschooled, do you think? Our family history, fact or fiction? Edith, Lewis, Milton. Milton is the missing kid, right? Yeah. And then Edith is us, yeah. And Lewis is our other. Okay, so that's our brothers. It's really well kept. Really well kept.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
It's amazing. With his name on it and everything? What's up here? This might be like another way to go up. No, that door's locked, so maybe we can look in here at all? Maybe? Because apparently you can't miss anything. You can go back and check some other stuff. So let's check in here for now. This is Lewis's room. Whoa.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Wait. So everyone's like, don't go near. Oh, okay, marijuana. But yeah, it's okay. What's so funny is like it's like, oh, why did they don't want to go in there? It's like, don't go to Lewis's room, okay? And Lewis is like probably someone she liked a lot as her brother because he was like, yeah, you can come in my room. Don't worry about it. So it probably meant a lot to her in that sense, you know? Probably meant a whole lot to her, you know?
After
That's
Milton
amazing.
disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
It was on. It's the first image that we got of this family was the missing person photo, right? That's like the first thing we got. We were like, oh my god, something definitely happened here. Are we going in? Saving. Hold on. Just making sure there's nothing around here as well. Get a look at the view. All the newspapers on the ground as well. This is a cool place. Was he into architecture as well? Or there's a boat with some balloons attached to it. The music's so gorgeous. Oh my god. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, it's like a pulley system? Milton looked adorable. Milton was the one who... Again, if I'm getting the names wrong, guys, I do think that there's like a lot of names, so if I do get them wrong, don't be afraid to correct me on the timeline or the names. It might have been Lewis that was missing, but I think it was Milton. And it was Milton, right? It was Milton. Yeah. She just said it there. Historic American newspaper is now available. Oh. Milton looks so sweet. Like, that's the smile you see when they put the kid on the, like the, what you call it, the like the toy product when they're holding the toy, you know? Very sweet.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
The Magic Paintbrush. Is it a flip book? No way. Oh. That is so cool, Milton. No, the way they do this. And I went into another flip book as well. This is ultra talented. I could barely do this on an iPad. Really amazing stuff. So because we don't know exactly what happened to Milton, right? Oh, it's such a great artist interpretation as well.
Disappeared.
She was only 4. So that's older brother. This is very heavy for me. I'm feeling it in my heart. This music is incredible, and seeing all these family members all around this place and like seeing something so beautiful as that flipbook stuff. Wait. Oh, we came from there, did we? I think so. I think that was the schoolroom, right? No. Yes, we did. Yes, I got scared there for a second. Yeah, but it's hitting me hard. It really is. And like it's a feeling of like how do I say, you know, do you ever get a feeling where like you're...
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
So our mother sealed all the doors after this. Probably a horrible memory. But the feeling I'm getting, like the way I describe... I keep interrupting her. Wait, whatever Milton found in the house? What? So we found something. Yeah, to finish my thought, what, like, the feeling I was feeling there is like, you know when like you feel like you're like about to get bad news, but you feel like that all the time? That's what it felt like. It's like, this stuff has already happened, but it feels like I'm about to get bad news, you know? That's, by the way, good game design, just directing you in the way to go. You go around this way first. There's not an ounce of frustration, by the way. They're leading you directly in this direction. It's good game design. Very simplistic, but it works. So Milton must have found something. Is that why did he run? And she sealed the doors then.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
We already looked into that room as well, didn't we? Should we check this first? I'll go back and read that text fully, guys, because I kind of missed what she was saying. Because I was just I have to choose a better time to talk. But we'll look back on that as well. The full line of like what would do. It seems that he found something. Very cool. Holy hell, this is a really cool room, isn't it? It's actually quite nice.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Yeah?
That part of him lived on.
Honestly, we know what the smell of, you know, you can smell it from a mile away. Wow, these are nice, aren't they? Like, I truly believe in legalization of this green stuff, but like, I just don't have those. I would never have those posters on my wall. It's just something I just don't. it's not my vibe. To be honest with you guys.
He was so proud of being Indian.
Lovely.
I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Okay. So he saw his heritage as a way to be like, I'm not just a Finch, I am this. I am more than just a Finch. But being proud of it's really nice. I bet that would have made his mother and father very proud as well. Dawn Finch. Huh?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist,
Oh, no.
I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh no.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh, we have to move the fish across. Oh my god. And then move it up here.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
So he felt his life was monotonous.
His mind began to
Began to what? Oh, think about.
wander.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I asked him to describe it.
We have to do two things
He
at the
said he
same time.
started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way
That's
about.
amazing what they're doing here. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
I've never seen any type of story technique making you do two types of gameplay at the same time like this. Once again, this game just impressing the heck out of me.
And things that have not names.
Things that have not names. What do you mean?
He knew it was all in his
Yeah.
head.
So
He took it
neat.
very seriously.
That's interesting. He knew
I
it
had
was
hoped
in his
he'd find
head,
himself.
but he wanted to take it seriously to find himself, I guess. This is so interesting.
But he found something more.
It became isometric. It went from top down to
I worried about it
isometric.
then. Daydreaming at the cannery,
Yeah?
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless,
That's... He doesn't even realize... The boss doesn't even realize that he's describing like...
focused, like a whole new Lewis.
Like that's... He's almost just going through the
So I let
motions.
him go on.
Because he's going through a maze as he's doing this. Like this
I
is...
even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Yeah? She probably saw it as like something that's like... He's putting his mind to,
Told
right?
me he'd made a new friend.
What?
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Token.
Oh. I love the way they do it. I don't... Obviously, like the fish cutting is rather... A
Built the
lot.
city up slowly, brick by brick.
Oh my god.
Then he made musicians.
This is so imaginative and so creative. So this was inside his
And
imagination.
songs for them to play. talked about starting a band.
Look at what we're looking at. Like, I can't.
And he was always humming something.
So that's the song he was humming in his head, was the song in his town that he
Every
made.
day his imagination grew strong.
It seems that way, because look at the fog is kind of dissipating as well. It's becoming way more colourful. And the fish as well there too.
He no longer spoke at the cannery.
What? Wait, when you say he no longer spoke,
But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
so he just became almost personality-less,
Then one
maybe.
day it struck him
This is amazing.
that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
No.
So he could do whatever he wished.
No.
He held an election for mayor.
I'm worried about that though. The idea of like being able to do whatever you
And he
want in
won.
here. I imagine he would win in his own mind.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Incredible. Incredible storytelling
It
techniques
became
once
a
again.
game for him.
We're not even seeing reality right now anymore.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
We're in a there's. I look at the way oh my god, the way the paper looks.
Louisville.
New Louisville. Are you kidding me? This looks so pretty.
St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri.
He started drifting away from our reality.
It seems that we can't even see. We can barely see the world now.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Oh my
Until
god,
one day he
Louis.
forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Wait, so we still. It's terrifying, it's heartbreaking, it's beautiful all in one. Like seeing his mother there, like, you know, try to talk to him as he's like in his own imagination.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Oh no,
handsome queen,
no.
beautiful prince.
We're going to see this beautiful prince. I think I'm stuck in this now.
The prince was on his own quest for
Did I just like make him not gay?
radiant rainbows.
Oh, I shouldn't have knocked it down. I feel like I'm... No! No, no, no! 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 I feel like I'm making him less gay. It's so beautiful, those things as well. Oh! I'm very bad at this.
He followed the sound of his
It's so amazing how like it's like a choose your own adventure as well. Silver harp. We love a harp.
silver harp.
Amazing. Just absolutely stunning. That's what it is. It's absolutely stunning.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
What are we even seeing now, guys?
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Look at this. This is a different game.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
It's stunning. Like the colors, everything. They put so much work into this. And now it's becoming, oh my god, it's becoming third person.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Jesus Christ. This is a different game. They've created something mind-blowing.
For someone
Absolutely
who'd never known
mind-blowing.
success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
So his own imagination is
When it
becoming
struck,
overwhelming.
that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden
So no
palace.
longer he was a part of reality. He saw this as the real reality.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me.
Wow.
It was hard to argue with him.
Even this guy like doing it as well. Like doing the salute to us as well. Wait, now the real world's gone. Oh no, wait, this is this looks like the back rooms for the like the what you call like a break room for not a break room because there's freaking fish blood everywhere. Oh man. That was a lot. Like, and just how freaking beautiful some of those scenes were. But I guess they're trying to show like his separation from reality. And once again, the idea of like believing these stories, having belief in the different thing that's separate from reality. And it's like how, and she even said, how could you argue? Like he seems so sure of himself. You know what I mean? When it came to all this stuff, this is definitely his one, isn't it?
He began to forget the world we know.
And the cannery again. This is definitely the longest one, isn't it? They put so much work into every one of these, but this is just
I
like
think it
on another
pained him
level.
to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
He just didn't like reality anymore. Reality sucked to him.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Is this his boss? That's him. He's not even doing it, man. He's just like, it's going through all the motions. Oh, maybe standing up here is not the best idea in the world.
I
Oh
still
my
thought I could save
god.
him.
So the therapist is saying, I wish I could have saved him, or the
Even after he
psychoanalyst.
said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
And now it's a first-person
The
game.
palace would be packed with his companions.
Beautiful. I love the style of the NPCs as well in this world. They even have like a soundtrack to this different game. Oh, is that a cat? Wait, like Molly?
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
It is Molly, yeah. This is beautiful, guys. Oh my god. It's almost like I don't even know what to say at times. I'm just like so like it's stunning. And we're getting to have this, like this is just in the middle of, I think they've always done like great ways to tell stories in this game. We've said it a million and one times, but this is just even outdoing themselves even now. It switched to not only a different game, but different perspectives in the game. Like it was a top-down game, an isometric game, a third-person game. Now it's a first-person game, which almost makes it seem like his imagination. Like, oh my god, sorry. It's when it was top-down, he's less immersed. When it was isometric, he could still separate himself. Third person, he was getting close to first person. He is fully immersed in this world. It's and I don't always see games like that, by the way. I can get immersed in any of those types of games, but I think it's what they're trying to say with this type of thing, right?
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
All the fish around everywhere as well. It's so tied to this imagination as well, right? Look at that scene as well. That's a guillotine! No!
Bend down his head.
Stop. So he separated himself so much from reality that he probably did this to himself. Unknowingly so.
And the rest I think you know.
With confetti.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Imagine hearing this story as well, having to like come to terms with this.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could
He
have met
seems
him.
really cool. I am just like in a state of shock. I wonder, did he like put his head into like the fish cutting machine, like because he was so in his own brain with like his imagination that he believed that that was like him being like crowned? It seemed that he wanted to separate himself from reality, separate himself from being a Finch so much that he put himself in a situation like that was so separate from that, and he kept getting more and more immersed in it until he was gone.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
So incredible. And there's food here as well, still here. That was mind-blowing what they did there with that. With the design, with the beautiful music that they had in the background, the new NPC designs. But now when you're looking back on it, it's like, man, as the therapist said, the therapist probably said, like, you know, like even said, like, I thought it'd be okay to let him like explore this. But it's clear that he was trying to separate himself from reality fully, to the point that he was no longer there anymore. There was no more fog. There was no more mother. There was no more cannery. He despised who he was. He despised Finch, him being a Finch in the cannery. He wanted to be like the Lord Lewis, the King Lewis, somebody that achieved something. And in the end, it seems that he got decapitated. Another amazing episode of just like incredible stories, guys. It seems that like a lot of this is about belief. A lot of this is about like a family that is going through a mass amount of trauma and trying to like make peace with all of this. And there's family members here that are clearly being so affected by this that they're all in their own, like here, like almost like literally in their own world, and in other cases trying to make sense of all of this stuff in their own way, coping in their own ways. This is one game that like is just like this whole page here is just one big page of coping. It really is. It really feels like it's something that has followed that Finch name forever, and no wonder Lewis didn't want to be named as a Finch. He was gone 7 years after his brother. Wow. Guys, I'm going to go back and look at that audio as well, so I won't say goodbye just yet, but the video will stop, but this frame will just be up forever on the screen. So I'll say goodbye to you in a minute. I'm just going to check the video for what was said there. So is whatever Milton found in the house, Mom didn't want getting out. Yeah, so it's pretty much what we thought as well, is he found something. Yeah, I just didn't want to, I just missed the last part of it there. But yeah, this is a incredible, as always with this game, it's just an incredible game with so many beautiful visuals and heartbreaking times as well. Like it just, by the end of every episode, it literally makes me feel like I've ran a marathon emotionally. Like it feels like my brain is like, this is why I record Edith Finch always last. Like I really do. It's the same thing with Little Misfortune. I made sure like, you know, to record it last because like, I knew that it was going to be somewhat of an emotional game, or at least a game that like, had like emotional themes in it. I tend to record like any game. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I record this last, by the way, all the time. And other emotional games I record last too, because it means that after this I can just go get some food and calm down a little bit, because it really is just like the way I describe it is a marathon in my head afterwards, trying to think about this timeline, trying to think about all the people that have gone. We still have to draw in Dawn, Edie, maybe our dad as well. That's the ones that are missing. So next episode might be the last episode. It might be. But for now, I just think that this is incredible. I really do. We'll talk about everything. If the next episode is the last episode, it'll be coming out on Friday? No. Friday. No, Saturday. I think Saturday will be coming out. And if that's the case, we'll be talking about everything then, and we'll have a clear picture of like a lot of the stuff that happened here as well. I do think it's just one big coping mechanism. It really is a family that like seems cursed to the point that even some of them didn't even want to be a part of the family anymore. Guys, thank you so much for watching this, and thank you so much for supporting the series. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you to my patrons at the highest tier. It's a $15 tier, I think. It might be a little bit higher for dollars. It's €15 tier, I should say. So I don't want to lie to you guys. €15. So I want to say thank you to TyFire2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Lynx Marky, Assassin, Colorbow, True Peanut Butter, Alpaca Juice, Peter Shelson, Heck, SR Fiji, and Leon. And guys, I'll talk to you so soon. Bye bye.